Okay, so
or is there even a devil?
Okay, okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew Bible, there is no devil, only in a specific book called Job. The word Satan in Hebrew means someone who wants to harm you just for spite.
Wow.
Even if he hurts himself. So if I'm being a Satan to you, that means it's more important to me to hurt you than to enjoy
We've been
something.
reporting on women's safety for some time now on cases of rape, sexual exploitation, harassment and abuse. All of it is disturbing and unsettling. But then there are some cases that just send shivers down your spine, that make you stop in your tracks. Tonight we'll tell you about one such case. It is from France. At the center of it is one man, Dominique Pellicot. He's 71 years old. For over a decade, he drugged his wife. Her name is Giselle. He drugged and then raped her. And not just that, he invited 72 other men to also rape her. Giselle did not protest or complain. Do you know why? Because she had no idea that this was happening to her. She was so heavily sedated that she was unaware of what was being done to her for 10 whole years. It's hard to even imagine it, let alone living this nightmare. The case is now in court. The husband and 50 other men are on trial. All hearings will be public. More horrendous details are expected to be revealed. The abuse is said to have begun in 2011. The couple lived in Mazan in southeastern France. Every evening, Dominique would crush sleeping pills and anxiety medication. He would mix this in Giselle's food. That put her into a deep sleep. Experts have compared it to a state of coma. Then he raped her, and then he went online to a chat room where he invited other men to rape and sexually abuse his wife. These men came from all walks of life: truck drivers, soldiers, a journalist, a nurse, a prison guard, an IT expert working at a bank. They were between 26 to 74 years of age. Most of them were either married or in a relationship. Some even had children. Most of these men raped her once, but some kept coming back, raping her as many as 6 times. The police says she was raped at least 92 times by 72 men. And her husband, Dominique, filmed all of these acts. He had very strict rules for these men, apparently, to make sure that his wife remained unconscious throughout. The men were asked to park away from the house, to undress in the kitchen. They were banned from smoking. They could not wear a cologne. They were asked to have neat fingernails. They were asked to warm their hands. He made them run their hands under hot water so that the touch wouldn't wake her up. And all of this went on for nearly a decade. Through this period, Giselle lost weight. She lost her hair. She was forgetting days. The family thought it was Alzheimer's. Her husband told her it could be tiredness. Of course, she believed him. They'd been together since she was 18. They had 3 children. Giselle believed her husband could do no wrong. But all of it changed in 2020. One day she was summoned to the police station. Dominique had been arrested. He was at a grocery store where he tried filming up the skirts of 3 women. They reported him to the police. The police seized his cell phones, cameras and other devices, and on them they found 300 photographs of Giselle. She was unconscious in the photos. The police also discovered chats. They began an investigation, through the course of which they found 20,000 videos and photographs. 20,000 videos and photographs. Most of them were labeled. They were kept in an electronic folder called Abuse. Giselle had no clue. She had no memory of being raped or abused. The family was in for a shock. In fact, Dominique had not just filmed his wife. He kept nude photos of his daughter as well. When these details came out, he admitted to his crimes. So did the other accused. Most of these people said that they thought it was happening with her knowledge. More than 72 men. 50 of them have been identified so far. They're all going on trial. If found guilty, Dominique faces up to 20 years in prison. And what about Giselle? Well, she has divorced him, and she wants a public trial. She wants all the details out in the open.
There are so many people who still do not believe in the existence of God. They do not believe there is a higher power that controls things in the universe. And you hear them saying, if there was God, why do bad things happen? Why would a loving God allow bad things to happen to good people? But the thing is that you never hear someone ask, if there was Satan, why do good things happen? Why does the devil allow good things to happen to bad people? Nobody asks that. But once something goes wrong, people will ask, if there was God, why did he allow this to happen? Probably a lot of you have seen this news either on CNN, on BBC, or PDP, on APC, or on whatever social media platform, whatever news broadcasting, station or TV or whatever, radio, newspaper, Facebook, social media. It's out there. I saw it yesterday. How this man, the man you're seeing on the screen, that's the video playing in the background. How this man, who has been married to his wife for more than 50 years, organized, invited more than 70 people, men, or is it 90 men, in the span of 10 years to sexually assault his wife. That is after drugging his wife for 10 good years. This is why I started with the concept of God and the devil. If God is real, if the devil is real. A lot of us think that devil is standing somewhere to make people do something that is bad. But ask yourself, was it the devil that made this man act this way? Was it the devil? Because I want you guys to listen to something.
Every root of an idea comes from God. Now it's us that starting to shape that idea into something that we can use. So when I don't know who asked it, but when he means bad idea or good idea, that means that we already judged the idea. That's us. That's after God.
No, wait. So if an idea came to me to go commit a crime,
not the idea of committing a crime came to you. The idea that came to you, what sparked inside you, is that you should do something. What you chose to do with that feeling that God created in you is do a crime.
So that negates, that cancels the idea.
He lights the fire of the idea. Then you decide whether you light a candle or burn the house. Okay?
All right.
Does
So
that make sense?
it makes sense.
Okay.
But what I want to understand is that, does it cancel the idea that it was Satan that controls most people? Like people say it was the devil. Like where does the devil come into this aspect?
Okay. So
Or is there even a devil?
okay. Okay. That's a good question.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew Bible, there is no devil. Only in a specific book called Job,
Okay.
where the devil makes a pact with God. They make a bet whether Job is going to be still continue to be righteous after he gets many bad things happen to him. Okay, the word Satan in Hebrew means someone who wants to harm you just for spite.
Wow.
Even if he hurts himself. So if I'm being a Satan to you, that means it's more important to me to hurt you than to enjoy something myself. I rather even get hurt myself as long as I'm hurting you as well. That's the word Satan. That's where it comes from. It's not a specific entity, not in the Jewish tradition. But there is a bad entity in the Jewish tradition.
Okay.
And that entity is not an outside entity, but a part of you.
Okay.
Just like Walt Disney put in their movies a Satan on your shoulder and an angel on your shoulder.
Yeah, with a horn, 2 horns.
Exactly, exactly. So I don't know how they look. That's Disney's.
Okay.
But the point is that you have 2 parts inside of you that are always fighting each other. The Satan and the angel.
All right.
In Hebrew, it's called the Nefesh Elohit, the godly spirit inside of you, and the Nefesh Behemit, the beast spirit within you.
Wow.
Now they both have a job to do. It's not. God didn't create something bad. We
right.
consider it as bad. Again, this beastly side of you is the side that makes sure that you survive.
So guys, coming back to that man in France who defiled his wife, would you say there was somebody with two horns pushing this man to do what he did? No. This man, whatever he did out of his own selfish and devilish impulses. Man has two beings. You have the godlike being and you have the devilish being in you. It's left for you to be able to use the godlike being in you and control and subdue the devilish being in you. Just like people who commit crime and do evil around to their fellow men, they use the devilish being in them to subdue the godly being in them so that they can go ahead to commit whatever crimes or whatever evil things they are doing. So the devil is you. God is you. The Bible says we're created in the image of God. And as God is, so are you. As God is, so are you. So next time you see somebody commit an evil thing, it is no devil.